Hello, very dear students, and very warm welcome once again to the next part of Math MOOC. This is going to be chapter 3. Section is 1, and we are going to talk about chapter 3. Chapter 3 is actually a very long chapter and discusses number of things, and that is why I have also divided my video lecture into that many parts which the chapter is going to highlight. But the very first part, few three beginning pages, I don't want to discuss is that because here the writer has only talked about how the cigarette is prepared by Daru, in which he puts some hashish also, and how he is addicted to that and how he enjoys all that. This is the thing which is talked about. The process has been told, and I'm afraid that I should not repeat this process here in order to save my students from these kind of things. But then it goes to reflect the deep observation of the writer, how he had looked upon someone who's preparing this type of cigarette and is using that cigarette as well. So that is the very small part that is going to start with. We need to enter into the details of the next coming parts of this chapter. So let us go and see in the chapter what we can say and what we can do. For example, skipping those pages where Daru is preparing all that, and ultimately he reaches to the house of his friend because he's gone there to meet, and that is the next second part of the chapter, that is the introduction of the heroine and the hero that is going to be made. So this Daru, our hero Darashvir, he reaches the house of Aurangzeb, and here he introduces himself by saying that, tell him Daru is here. Access obtained. I cruised down a driveway too short to serve as a landing strip for a getaway plane, perhaps, and passed not one but two lovely new Pajeros. Yes, God has been kind to his dad, the frequently investigated but as unincarcerated federal secretary retired Khurram Shah. So this small passage, which is in color, goes to indicate something special, or rather we should say three, four things are indicated, that the richness of Aurangzeb is shown to us by the bigness and vastness of the house and the driveway and the other things which are present there. And the driveway does have these standing Pajaros there, two Pajaros rather, very new Pajaros are there. When the novel was being written at that time, Pajaro used to be something very likable and good vehicle, as is the case now today with the vehicles like Toyota vehicles are there, which are very big and very huge one. I don't want to name anybody because I'm not the ambassador of these people. So at that time, Pajaros used to be very popular, and the writer tells us the reason that it was possible only because the big house was possible, big cars were possible only because the father of Aurangzeb has been a kind of bureaucracy, and he gives the hint that as a bureaucrat, he has been earning a lot of money and he was never detected, although money was earned by him. So, in that way, the direct hint goes that if somebody is rich, definitely something fishy is working behind that. And the writer goes to talk about the system of Pakistan in the negative terms, not in the favorable terms. And that is what is repeated. The student need to remember that Khurram Shah is the name of father of Aurangzeb, and these people are very rich people as well. So, see further what is in this section of the chapter. Let us move on to the next section where practically the meeting takes place between Aurangzeb, his wife Mumtaz, the son, the son of Mumtaz, and then this Aurangzeb himself and Daru. So when they sit together, what is the situation? We sit down on a set of low-slung sofas like black cushioned metal, spiders, metal spiders. Mumtaz watching me, and I look away because she's beautiful and I don't want to stare. I haven't seen her since the wedding, and I must have been more drunk than I thought because I don't remember thinking then that Uzi was such a lucky bastard. So this is the paragraph which goes to indicate the fascination, the liking of Daru for Mumtaz. This is very strange that Mumtaz is going to be the wife of his best friend, and he's being attracted by that woman. He says that she's looking very beautiful, and he wants to avoid the gaze and stare on her because he says that she's the wife of his friend, and after some time he has seen her, so that is why he was feeling attracted towards her. So that's the kind of matter of romance and love which is entering into the novel. And then therefore scotch is drunk by these people, some wine is drunk by these people, and then comes more lines that we should read and find out what these rich people have. Mumtaz pulls on Mumtaz pulls, yes, now you can read it. Mumtaz pulls an unopened bottle of black label out of a cabinet. My bootlegger tells me blacks are going for 4,000 a piece these days. I stick to McDowell, smuggled in from India, and at 50 price for those of us who make an honest living, but Uzi can afford the good stuff, and black label is fine for me provided someone else is paying. Uzi claims he was a real heartthrob in his younger days. Mumtaz says, cracking the seal. He certainly was, I reply. Lahore ran out of the tissues the night you two were married. Now, this passage indicates two important things. One is the drinking of that wine. And the issue is important because the wine was banned in Pakistan at that time, but that was available to the rich people through the smuggling ways. And that is why some wine is coming from India, and the people who can pay costly wines, that wine is coming from somewhere else as well. And that is the very difference between the rich and elite people and the poor and the common and middle class people. That middle class may be able to have the access of only Pepsi or Coke, but these people can enjoy any drinks, maybe rightly, maybe wrongly, maybe forbidden or maybe allowed, but they are going to do that. Even Daru is able to do that because he mentions one of the wines here that he was able to do so with black label, right? So in that way, something is indicated about the richness and the style of the people. And next two lines which are important, they go to indicate that Lahore ran out of tissues when Aurangzeb was married. So it means the background of the line can be like that. That Aurangzeb was really a very beautiful person, and many girls wanted to marry him, and that is why when he married Mumtaz, at that time all the girls were weeping for him. So actually, it is not the beauty of man. Possibly, it's the wealth of man which was attractive for the girls, which the writer wants to indicate. So in that way, the importance of Aurangzeb and the importance of Mumtaz, importance of the rich luxurious style of these people is being highlighted by the writer in these lines. We need to go further and see what else in this section we can talk about till the next section of the novel begins. For example, here the writer says, Mumtaz sits down next to him. Her drink is stiffer than either of ours. Since you are one of my husband's dearest friends, she says, I have little hope for you. Uzi gives me a wink, but a little hope, she adds, is better than none at all. Cheers, I say. The three of us clink our glasses. You know, you are in trouble when you can't meet a woman's eye, particularly if the woman happens to be your best friend's wife. So I am definitely in trouble because I keep looking at Mumtaz and jerking my gaze away whenever she looks at me. I hope she doesn't notice, but she probably does. Then again, maybe I am thinking too much. Stoners paranoia. So in that way, once again, this passage is going to indicate something special. The repetition and connection with the last passages that Mumtaz is feeling attracted towards him, he is feeling attracted towards her. Probably this is the problem with the people who get fed up with one relationship and possibly they want to have more. This may be the characteristic of human being in common, but in specific, it is going to be the characteristics found mostly in the upper class people, and that is what the writer is indicating. It's not by my opinion at all. It is the indication which the writer gives. And besides that, we also see that the wine which these people are drinking, they are making it softer by including Pepsi or Coke in it, but this woman is drinking the hard wine, and from here it is indicative that she is quite modern one. She doesn't care for things, and she wants to enjoy whatever she wants. So that is the kind of situation in which we are present in this section. Let's see more over the stoner's paranoia. I don't want to explain stoner's paranoia because it is basically meaning fear of hashish. That somebody, if he's taken hashish, the kind of fear is in the mind of that person. And so in that way, there are some things which the people are talking about, and we will be also talking as they discuss about a girl who is stolen, who's missing, and the talk is being done of the lovers, and they are finding each other. So love is forbidden in the middle class, and then it is not that forbidden in the upper class that the writer wants to indicate. And then Zulfikar Manto, the name is introduced to us. The article is published, and Zulfikar Manto is actually the pen name of Mumtaz. And that hint is also being given that Mumtaz is a writer, is a journalist, is a columnist, and that is why she's taken the Zulfikar Manto as the title, and she's writing some of the articles as well. So that is possibly the first, section of the novel that we must go through. And after that, we shall be talking about the second section of the novel from here. So far, this video closes, and next time I shall be talking about the next section of the novel. So wait for the next part of the video.